He called her the Blood Countess, not because of rumors, not because of legend, but because young girls kept disappearing and her castle kept running red. Locked behind stone walls, far from witnesses, one of the most powerful women in Europe was doing things so brutal that even her own servants feared her name. This isn't a ghost story. This is the real history of Elizabeth Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory was born on August 7th, 1560, in the Kingdom of Hungary. She wasn't born poor. She wasn't born desperate. She was born into one of the richest and most powerful noble families in Europe. The Bathory name meant land, money, and political power. They owned castles, they controlled armies, and they answered to no one but the crown. From childhood, Elizabeth lived a life most people could never imagine. Private tutors, servants, luxury, but behind all of that wealth, there were cracks. Her family was deeply inbred, a common practice among nobility to keep bloodlines pure. As a child, Elizabeth reportedly suffered violent seizures, sudden rages, and blackouts. Some historians believe these may have been early signs of epilepsy or several mental illnesses. And no one treated it, because no one could tell her no. At just 15 years old, Elizabeth was married to a man that I can't pronounce. A powerful nobleman known as the Black Knight of Hungary. He was brutal in battle, he was brutal at home. While he was away at war, Elizabeth managed the estates. That meant full control over servants, peasants, and young girls sent to the castle to work. Punishment was normal in noble households, but Elizabeth's punishments went far beyond discipline. Beatings became routine. Burns, mutilation, starvation, and over time, it escalated. After her husband's death in 1604, something changed, or maybe something was fully unleashed. Witnesses later testified that Elizabeth believed bathing in the blood of young girls would keep her youthful. Whether she truly believed it or used it to justify her violence, that is still debated to this day. What isn't debated is the body count. Girls were lured to her castle of promises of work and education. Some were daughters of peasants. Later, even minor nobles went missing. Servants described rooms designed for torture, iron cages, needles shoved under fingernails, victims left to freeze in winter air or bleed out slowly. By the time the authorities got wind of what happened, hundreds were already rumored dead. Conservative estimates say dozens, legends say over 600. Normally someone accused of this would be executed, but Elizabeth Bathory, she was way too powerful. Instead, at 1611, she was sealed inside her old castle, bricked into a small room, one window for food, one opening for air. No trial, no execution, no forgiveness. She lived there for 4 years, alone, surrounded by stone, cut off from the world she once ruled. And Elizabeth died in 1614 at the age of 54. Some say she was a monster. Some say she was framed. Some say the truth lies somewhere in between. But one thing is for certain. Even in death, the Blood Countess never stopped haunting history.